I've been getting a few questions about O.O.P.S and why we do the way we do things at the games. Um, and first, I want to explain that these are normally open play days that Tim, the owner of EMR Paintball, EMR Venture Park, I should say, is allowing us to do structured games on those days. It's not a special day we're setting up. It was a normally scheduled Airsoft Open Play Day. That being said, we are sort of like governed by his rule set. And that answers a lot of questions, or it should for people, but there are specific ones that I got that I want to touch base on. One of the first ones, and I hear it quite a bit, was why so short game times? Well, we've been having 20-minute games. Open play games usually are like 10 or 15 minutes of break and then 10 or 15 minutes. So what we've been doing lately is doing 20-minute games, and the last time we did 30-minute games. The upcoming O.O.P.S that we have is a 45-minute game. So that's going to get you out a little bit more, and we're going to be using medic ropes and other things like that so they can keep in the field a little bit longer without having to go back to spawn. Another question I get is, why don't you have full auto? Tim's open plays never had full auto. Well, I can't say never. They originally did a long time ago, had some issues. That was it. We're not doing any more full auto. So none of his games have full auto. And because it's a full auto, even though it's like Tim's, it's all we're running the game, it's still his rule set, and there's no full auto. So the one guy said to me, he said, well, maybe you do classes and only certain people can bring LMGs. Well, okay, how do you do that? We're not pre-registered. It's walk-on. If people walk on and 10 people have LMGs, we're going to say, oh, like only 2 of you can use it. But like I said, back to the first rule, he doesn't have full auto on open plays. And that's what basically this is. It's a structured open play. That's all. Okay? So that's why there's no full auto. And that's why there's no classes, because you can't, if you have pre-regged event, yeah, you can do that. You can say, okay, you can have 2 LMGs per squad and 1 sniper and this and that. You can do that because they're pre-registered and they're paying ahead. We don't do that. It's walk on. Why do you walk off the field after every game? That is something that Tim does, and every place does. You play a game, no matter how long it is. After the game, you walk back in, you hydrate, you fill up your mags, whatever. Then you go back out. Now, how long you wait once you get it in there is another story. Rebel is very conscientious that the last person that goes off the field, he sets the timer at 15 minutes. At 15 minutes, we're going back out. So there's a 15-minute delay for restocking your gear and stuff like that. If you want to sit there and bullshit for like 14 of the 15 minutes and then try and rush for the last minute, we're going out after that. So 15 minutes, and then we're out back on the field again. Okay, so that's how that works. But that is a rule set that almost every airsoft field has. After the open play games, you come back in between games. Some places I've heard they go for longer games and the shorter times in staging and stuff like that, and that's up to them. We're governed by Tim's rules and what's going on. Why can't you use binary trigger? Because we're shooting semi-only. And we don't do paintball finger or trigger spam in the trigger. Okay, that's paintball finger in my idea on a trigger spam. So having a binary trigger where you can just sit there and go, da 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 da, you're shooting full auto. It's no good. Okay, not allowing it. So it's not a big thing, in my opinion. We're shooting semi the whole day. Everybody's had fun with that. I don't really see a need to change any of the rules right now. We are going with a more structured setup in this upcoming game in October. We're going to have a blue faction, and we're going to have a black faction. The black faction's already filled, so don't even ask me about it. They're going to be a third faction that's going to be attacking both the teams and working throughout the day to help the gameplay. So I hope everybody comes out in October. It's October 18th. I'm going to be posting a listing, and you'll see it on Tim's website as well. I'll put a link for that in the description. And as always, you guys have a good day.
I like it!
I'm just here to have fun.